Hey chat, what's up, what's up? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good day, good night, good evening. So, before we get started, I wanted to give a preamble on what we're doing tonight. Although some people already know what we're doing. So, I was kind of like, you know what, guys? I want to watch a horrible video. Also, no, this is not taking over anime audits. Anime audits is tomorrow. I want to watch a horrible video. So, I will send me some videos, and I will watch through them at work, and I will pick the worst one. And a couple people sent some videos, and again, I always preview every video I watch. For like a couple of reasons. The first one is I want to make sure it's not just like low effort garbage. Because there is low effort garbage, right? There's not much I can say about low effort garbage. And then there's stuff that, you know, sometimes I actually agree with it. And it's just presented in a bad way. I don't really like covering stuff I agree with. I would rather just be like, hey, there's this video by this person, you guys should go watch that. I'd rather not like take views from it doing this. But I asked, you know, send me some suggestions. And I need your card wrangle abilities and capability to process internet information in the correct order. Fair. But so I'm watching through the videos, and most of them I'm like, hey, it's bad, but is it that bad? Like, I'm not invested. And then I get to this one. And the first 5-6 minutes or so, I'm on the edge of my seat because I'm like, this is actually pretty good. Why was this sent to me? Like I am on board with this. I am invested. And then they say, anyways, this is why everyone against me is alt-right. And from there, it just goes downhill. But it doesn't go downhill like in a shitty way, right? Like where it's just boring and stupid. Like I am still, as this train is going down the hill, I am invested because I know it is going to go completely off the rails at some point. And I'm like on the edge of my seat. Like, at what point do we just say something like horrendously stupid that makes no fucking sense? So as we're going down this train track, we finally get to the bottom of the hill, and I was like, oh, that was some prime time garbage. Thank you, Gilga Mike, for 2. I watched that video earlier today. Good luck. So there is I guess a what do you call it? My mind is blanking on me. The one thing I will say is one of the people on the front of the video is, I'm told, is a guy called Synthetic Man. I know he's controversial. I don't know anything else about him. So that one's, him specifically is out of my wheelhouse. Everybody else though, I'm pretty like good. I pretty much know about them and what they are. But the Synthetic Man guy specifically, all I know is he's controversial. I really don't know anything else about him specifically. But another thing I'll say before we start, I'm actually punching in my weight class for once. Look at this. 4K subscribers. We are actually in my same weight class for the first time in a long time. So for once, I'm not trying to like punch up at some massive creator. Anyways, let's dive right in. I don't want to spoil too much about where this is going. And like I said, the first 5 or 6 minutes, I'm actually kind of on board with. So I might not have too much to say other than like my own like additions.
Hiya, Squirt. Now stop me if you heard this one before. An angry dweeb with an obnoxious voice and an obsessive loathing for a company or product takes to the internet to complain about the one thing they hate even more than said company/product, which just so happens to be another angry dweeb with an obnoxious voice.
Be real! Why are you being so fake? Guys, no! No! Guys, stop running!
What a bunch of losers, am I right? Touche. Now, I realize I just described about half of all content creators, and obviously my hands aren't clean here either. I've been on record complaining about Nintendo, specifically when it comes to their anti-consumer pricing as of late, and I've also been on record complaining about Nintendo influencers, specifically that I find their content to be cheap, painfully uncreative, and actively fostering resentment against the very company that these creators have made a career out of bolstering. And I'm certainly not alone in that opinion. I'd say the...
So you guys see what I mean right at the start here, where I'm kind of like, you know what? Kind of agree. You know, like the Ninty people are kind of cringe, kind of gay. They don't. What do you? They're not like. They really are just like simps, really. Speaking of Nintendo, did you see who Nintendo is suing now? Yes, Nintendo is suing the United States government. Good fucking luck with that. Japanese company sues United States government for tariffs, which is something we're allowed to do. Good luck. Not that I agree with the tariffs either way. Before somebody like comes in and like makes a comment, I don't comment on tariffs because it's a thing I don't really understand economically. I'm just saying, foreign company sues America is not like the shit that's gonna go down well. Streaming alone tonight. Kendra may show up later. But for now, just alone. Also, thank you, Colzer, member for 10 months. Balanced skill-based matchmaking is running correctly.
The overall popularity of channels like Switch Force, Nintendo Land, and even my dear sweet baby boy Nintendo Prime has diminished significantly within the past year or so. And don't just take it from me.
Nintendo, they're doing great. Nintendo YouTubers, not so much.
Now, whether this is because of the eternal arms race between YouTube and ad blockers, seasonal shifts in viewership, or most likely a homicidal AI algorithm, I'm not one to say. But the fact that these influencers are losing relevance and revenue at a time where Nintendo's public perception is more divided than ever before doesn't seem like a coincidence. And it's really only left me with one overarching question, which is... wait, what revenue? Are you guys trying to tell me you can make money off this website? It has also left me with another question. Does this mean the end of Nintendo influencers? Does this mean that we as a society have finally moved on from this lazy, exploitative content that pumps out 20+ minute runtimes only to say something that could be summed up in 30 seconds?
So, not to spoil it, but all you need to know about this specifically... this video is 25 minutes long. We are very quickly going to get into the blackest pot calls the blackest kettle black. Like, it is... it is so bad. Can you believe somebody would take over 20 minutes to say something you could say in 30 seconds? I don't know, 25-minute video, man. Why don't you tell me over the course of the next 20 minutes?
Does this mean that these videos are now being seen as what they truly are, a waste of time, energy, and attention, and are finally being dismantled by the very fan base that once held them up? Nope. No, it's actually gotten a lot worse. The Nintendo hate YouTubers have seen an enormous rise in popularity as of late. Creators who have made their entire online identity based off one company's ultimate success or failure. Sound familiar? There are really only two key differences between the respective grifts of Nintendo YouTubers and Nintendo hate YouTubers, those being their opinion of the company they're both so obsessed with, and the tendency for Nintendo hate YouTubers to also express hatred toward people of color, women, and people with disabilities.
That's where I was like, oh, it's one of those videos.
YouTubers to also express hatred toward people of color, women, and people with disabilities.
So, let's look at these really quick. They said hatred towards people of color. This is about a Sweet Baby Inc. employee who openly said they would not hire white people. This is not hatred towards people of color. She just happens to be black. And she said something racist. And then hatred towards women. This is not hatred towards women. She's a fat ass. And she's suing a company because she physically does not fit in their car. Like, what are you doing? Also, and then we have ADHD versus autism in gaming. I can't comment on this video at all. However, this kind of looks like two, like, disabled people fighting with each other. Rather than, like, oh, they hate disabled people. Well, they probably are, you know, quote-unquote disabled. Autism and ADHD is... I don't like calling it a disability, necessarily. I know it technically is, but I don't like calling that. Top right video is basically about the hardcore audience versus casual audience. What does it have to do with hating people with disabilities? It's so fucking dumb, dude. I'm so sorry if you hear some scraping noise. I'm finally able to eat solid food after my surgery. And now my stomach is, like, super pissed at me. Because I guess it was like, oh, how dare you not give me solid food for a week. You monster. I should have had solid food the whole time. Ugh. But yeah, this is, this is where I got in the video and I was like, oh. It's one of those videos, isn't it?
You see, most Nintendo influencers appeal to a wide audience of people and thus are generally very diligent about maintaining an apolitical stance in their content, even if they're discussing an explicitly political subject.
If you're like me, you don't always pay close attention to politics.
A large portion of Nintendo hate YouTubers, on the other hand, have specifically cultivated an audience of alt-right weirdos who just so happen to
We go to alt-right. So here, let me actually explain to you what's really happening here. The Nintendo supporters, right? The reason they remain mostly apolitical is because people are not actually there for them and their opinions. They're there to learn about new Nintendo stuff. They're like, they're basically gaming news, right? And that's why they avoid controversial subjects, because the entire goal is to appeal to as many people as possible with the news. The people that hate Nintendo and talk negatively about Nintendo, part of the draw to them is their personality, like who they are as people. What are these comments? Female writers, there's not enough female representation in modern video games. Female writers, when given a female character to write for, I think they're trans. That's not... Why do you keep saying... Like, what does this have to do with alt-right? Do you know what alt-right means? Why are you highlighting these? And then the other one is making fun of... It's Forspoken, right? Is the... I did that with my freaking mind, bro. It's just like a Forspoken reference underneath that. Like, I don't... Like, what are you guys talking about? That's this whole video, by the way. Like, after the first, what was it, 2 minutes, it's just all downhill. He's like straight into the wall. And can you guys see what I mean? Like, once we got to this, I was like on the edge of my sheet, like at work, just like, oh shit, this is great. This is some proper dumb shit. Some proper political brain rot. Oh, it's so good. It's been a long time since I've seen this, like, this level of political derangement. I love it.
To also hate Nintendo. So in this video, I want to show you just how large that overlap is and theorize as to why it exists in the first place. But before we get into that, let's talk about grifting, alright? Because it's kind of turned into this bipartisan insult that everyone is hurtling every which way. It's kind of like Democrats and Republicans calling each other out for their ties to Epstein. Like, guys, calm down. You're all pedophiles, okay? I don't care what the dictionary definition is. By my metric, if you make content that exploits people's emotions surrounding trending sentiments for the sole purpose of capitalizing off that trend, you are grifting. You have lost credibility.
Yeah. Guy who made a video on the divide in Nintendo discourse for 25 minutes. If you make a video where you are exploiting somebody's feelings to get attention, then you are a grifter. Not me though. My video is because I actually believe it. But everybody else, if you do what I do, you're grifting. You're grifting. For people who don't know, the common, I guess it'd be weird to say common. The common usage of grifter is supposed to be somebody that says something for money and attention that they don't actually believe in. That's supposed to be what a grifter is. The key point is basically that they do not believe in it. Means if you're gonna eat for the whole stream, but not for the whole class. Like, you're supposed to be in it just for the money. And you're not supposed to actually believe in the shit you say. Like, a great example is, well, maybe not anymore, because now I think she's genuinely just fucking crazy. But Akko was talking about them the other day, which is Candace Owens. For people who don't know, not only did Candace Owens, the latest, like, neo-Nazi black woman or whatever that's on the right wing, whatever she is now, I don't know what she is, used to be, like, a hardline Democrat, and even made an entire app service to dox people on the right wing online. Like, she made an entire app service for that. And then when, like, everything failed, she just decided one day that she was right wing, and she started grifting off that. Granted, I've seen some of the stuff she said recently. She might just genuinely be nuts, like clinically nuts. But that's the kind of person that you would call a grifter. Somebody that flips their entire moral perspective from one extreme to the other for basically seemingly no reason other than to make money. But, like, it's so dumb. It's just like everybody's a grifter.
You are steering into one angle because you found it to be the most lucrative stance to have, not because it's what you actively believe. Now, in case it wasn't clear, my grifting accusations swing both ways, just like me, baby. And while I'll mainly be focusing on Nintendo hate YouTubers in this video, I also want to reiterate that Nintendo deserves hate. As much as I can't stand it when people compare Nintendo fans to Disney adults, they aren't entirely wrong.
So this is a problem I have not just with this video, but I have this problem with a lot of videos where they'll say, I don't like when you say it, even though it's technically correct. It's like, so why don't you like when they say it? Like, that, you need to introspect a little bit and figure out why it upsets you when people say things that you believe are factually correct. Like, that's something you have to deal with yourself, brother. I can't help you with that.
Disney's theme parks have become so expensive in part because the company knows they could rely on their most staunch supporters to cough up the money regardless, and thus make up for whatever revenue they lose from pricing normal people out of a ticket. And I honestly think Nintendo is doing the same damn thing, which absolutely deserves to be criticized and called out. But I think lately, the valid negativity that Nintendo has stirred up with their pricing has been exploited in the same fashion as all the excitement that Nintendo stirred up throughout the Switch era. My problem with these channels is not that they are expressing disdain towards Nintendo. My problem is that their one-note coverage leaves no room for nuance, and in conjunction with their positive counterparts, is currently zapping whatever gradation remained in on.
So, here's, I guess, my rebuttal to this, because basically what he's saying is they're too negative all the time. They're not saying positive things. First off, I hate the idea that people have pushed in recent years of the criticism sandwich, which is an idea that if you are going to say something negative about someone or something, it has to be sandwiched between two positive things. And that goes for every criticism you have. You have to sandwich them between two positive things. The reality is, some things are just bad. If I really, really dig deep, can I find a positive? Probably. If I really dig deep. But when a majority of what you're doing is fuck-ups, you're just like wasting my time begging for sympathy pats. And it especially doesn't make sense when it's a fucking company, dude. It's not your friend. It's not your family member. It's a company. They are soulless. They do not need my validation. The other thing I would kind of touch on with that is a lot of people don't understand burnout. What's happening with Nintendo is basically people are getting burned out on trying to be positive about Nintendo. Particularly Pokemon is a really bad one. But Nintendo as a whole, it is very difficult to stay positive about them. And I see this a lot on Twitter, is some people say, well, what about Sony and Microsoft? What about those two? People already hate them. That's the thing. People don't talk as much about Sony and Microsoft because we all agree they fucking suck. But when it comes to Nintendo, there is a very large, very loud, very dedicated section of the internet that believes that Nintendo is actually doing a really good job and we shouldn't criticize it. And they're kind of getting burned on that. And people are pushing back probably harder than they should. But there's a reason for it. It's not just they're negative for the sake of negativity or to grift off of it. Granted, some of them are probably grifters. But it's not just that. It's they feel the necessity to push back.
Online Nintendo discourse, which is being pushed further and further to extremes as a result. That, and I also think it's a little weird how many of these guys are white nationalists.
There we go again. It's kind of weird that all these guys are just white nationalists, isn't it? Again, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to let you guys find it out at the same pace I found out.
Devin, otherwise known as Lord Frogmire, is a newcomer to YouTube who has amassed millions of views making Nintendo hate content, despite being active on this website for even less time than I have. And listen, fucko, before you call me jealous and tell me to go cry about it, let me just say that, yeah, I am jealous. And now I'm crying about it, so I hope you're happy. Of course I'm envious of this guy. I mean, this milquetoast edgelord essentially just had to hop in front of a microphone and spew out a bunch of over-repeated obnoxious nonsense. Meanwhile, I actually had to sit there and watch his garbage content in order to make this video. God, my life sucks. Now, Lord Frogmire actually comes from a family of incels and has been platformed.
Family of incels. I don't think you understand what incel mean. But yeah, he's gonna take a lot of issue with both Synthetic Man and Lord Frogmire. I will say, I have seen one Lord Frogmire video, and all I said about it was I felt he was too positive about what he was talking about. I can't remember what it was. My comment is somewhere out there on the video. All I said was I thought he was being too positive. That's really my only experience with him, to be honest.
By his brother with a much larger following ever since his earliest days on YouTube. However, Devin largely attributes his rapid success to simply following his brother Kobe's advice.
Here's how simple it is to make a good YouTube channel. My brother has a successful YouTube channel, and I just did what he told me to do. All you guys claim to worship Kobe, maybe just do what he fucking tells you, retard.
All right, well,
I don't know. I have no idea why, but I feel like this is where the actual real jealousy comes in, because he is going to play this clip to death, and I don't understand why. Like, it's just, yeah, he took advice from a successful channel and became successful. Why do we keep, like, repeating this? Exactly. What specifically reason are we repeating this over and over again? I think it's a jealousy thing when it comes to these guys specifically.
Thank you for the constructive feedback, Devin. Let's see what kind of content your brother makes.
The whole point of the race shit is for the divide of the white man.
Ah, cool. Looks like a positive male role model if I've ever seen one. Look, I prefer my YouTubers homegrown, farm to table, and all organic, but my issue with Lord Frogmire isn't actually his sense of entitled, unapologetic nepotism, as obnoxious as that is.
It's just weird how...
It's a YouTube... Look, there is some level of nepotism that you can do within YouTube, but fucking Frogmire and Synthetic Man are too small for that to be real. And I'm not saying they're not big channels. Compared to me, they are big channels. But that is not... that's not really nepotism. Because Synthetic Man has no say in, like, where Frogmire goes. He doesn't own YouTube. There's not like a cabal of Synthetic Mans to prop up Frogmire, like there is with, you know, some Twitch people. Because we've seen it with Twitch. When somebody blows up on Twitch, typically there's like, you know, 10 to 15 other major Twitch people sort of around them, right?
easy it was. Doesn't it make you sad? Because it should. Man, I really wish I just made bad videos and had like 30 subs. Wouldn't that be way cooler?
The issue I have with Lord Frogmire is that his entire online identity lives in the shadow of his neo-Nazi brother, who has not only shaped his content, but also his opinions.
This is, again, what I have to say is I don't know much about Synthetic Man. However, he doesn't show me anything to tell me Synthetic Man is a neo-Nazi. So I don't really know, like, where we're gonna go with that. And just so we're clear, that doesn't come up anywhere else in the video. He is never going to explain how Synthetic Man is a neo-Nazi. It's just something we say.
very little distinction between these two creators. If you've been unlucky enough to watch one of their videos, you've seen them all. However, Frogmire's opinion on Donkey Kong Bonanza was uncharacteristically favorable, with him even going so far as to say,
It's great. The game's great. Honestly, I wish I could tell you it's bad. I wish I could tell you you didn't have to spend $450 for a piece of shit and then another $70 for the game, but it really might be worth it this time.
Cut to a week later when Kobe, aka Synthetic Man, drops his review calling Bonanza mid, and all of a sudden Lord Frogmire's opinion of the game seemingly becomes much more tepid.
Bonanza, while good, is the type of game I never want to see again. I definitely wouldn't buy a Switch 2 for this game, and in fact I didn't. I played my brother's copy.
Frogmire has also
That doesn't, like, it doesn't walk back as much as you think it does. It is a bit of a walk back. But he seems to think it's like a massive jump backwards, and it's really not. I would also say that we do change our opinions when we see other people's content. When, like, other people's opinions on it. And we can pretend that we're all above it, that none of us are ever affected by other people's opinions on things. But I think a simple example I would use is, for a long time, I did not give a shit what was in the options menu of a game. I basically never looked there except to turn the volume up and down. Just didn't care. And then I started watching Total Biscuit. And the first thing he would always do was he'd go in the options menu and he would look for like an FOV slider. And I didn't even realize until he said that why some games made me nauseous. It had genuinely never crossed my mind even like what field of view was for, or that it could like affect me negatively when I was playing a game. It had never crossed my mind at all. And now, every time I get in a new game, the first thing I do is I go in the options menu and I look through the different options and I look for an FOV slider. Like, it was always the first thing he did. And now it is taught me that that is a thing. And that's the thing, is other people's opinions can shape your opinion because they can bring up stuff you didn't notice. So just say like, oh, well, he immediately walked it back as soon as his brother said something. Maybe he talked to his brother. Maybe his brother brought up some things he hadn't thought about himself. That's something that happens. There's some games I thought was great, and then I watched a video on it, went back to play the game, and I was like, huh, I missed that. I did not realize that the game like was doing that to me the whole time. I just kind of passed it off as me being bad. But no, the game was actually controlling poorly.
applied his admiration for Clair Obscur and how it stands out from other modern releases because it was made by a small team with real artistic intent.
I don't think it's a coincidence that the greatest games were made with teams under 50, and that includes the modern day.
But once again, his opinion changes after him and his brother dropped two nearly identical videos one day apart from each other that both essentially say the same thing.
But it's a good game. That's what I always hear. It's a good game, though. I don't believe you.
So this all begs the question of what exactly Synthetic Man's advice was to his younger brother.
You know, it's just a coincidence. I listened to the successful YouTuber and then had a million view video in the first month of making videos. Just a coincidence.
What did he tell Lord Frogmire to do besides, you know, don't come to school tomorrow? Was his advice to make the most obnoxious thumbnails known to man using exclusively impact font?
I hate to tell you this, brother. This would be basically every YouTuber's advice. Like, I hate these, and everybody does these. That's why I refuse to use the white and red text. I always use my pretty blue, and then the red on the bottom for, like, a subheader. I don't even think I use red. I think I use a shade of pink. But that's always how I make mine. And I'm not just going to do, like, the 2-word things. My thumbnail is going to tell you what my thing is. He's kind of singling out a very specific pair of YouTubers. He is, and that's kind of one of my problems, and it's something I said when I have a video called like I hate the thumbnail meta, and even though I focused on a specific person, I was pretty clear the entire video that it was not him specifically that was the problem. This was just the current thumbnail meta, and he was using it like to the fullest. And I hate that. I hate the thumbnail meta. I think it's terrible. But I'm not gonna like shit on specific people for using it. I'm gonna say all of you suck.
Or maybe just to use the N-word more often.
You're supposed to say the N-word in a video, hard R. Why didn't you do that?
I've never been that kind of edgy. I've been the bully specific.
But you and Thomas have said the N-word though. What are you talking about?
Oh, you mean yeah, but it's to hurt people's feelings intentionally. So
I see what you mean.
I'm being nice to people.
Yeah.
Look, Devin clearly took a lot of his opinion.
You show that because I think you think your followers probably give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about that. I've said the N-word on stream. I don't care, bro. Unlike you, my friend group is very black, very dark. I'm pretty sure your friend group, bisexual monkey, very, very white people. Like, nobody actually gives a shit about this anymore. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Get over it.
Opinions and aesthetic choices out of his brother's book, but if I had to guess, the real advice that Synthetic Man gave him when it came to the overall ethos of the Lord Frogmire channel was to make exclusively rage bait. And the effectiveness of rage bait has not been lost on me, okay? I know when a channel is relying on a title or thumbnail to get me angry enough to click on their shitty video. I'm not stupid. Well, okay, I am stupid, but I'm not stupid enough to have not baited myself. In fact, this is one of my most viewed videos to date, which is fantastic, but it's also a little depressing.
It's devastating when you put all that work in and almost, nobody watches it. And then you do some little rinky-dink video that you don't really think about, and it just destroys the views you got on that video that took forever.
The relative success of what was essentially a 2-minute shitpost proved to me that the algorithm doesn't know what to do with nuance, and it's much easier to market content that fits neatly into extremes. And with a game like, say, Metro...
You can fit your content into extremes with a thumbnail and then still have nuance in the video. And this is something I think a lot of YouTubers don't really seem to understand. Like, you can still do the extreme thumbnail. But then in the video itself, you can be like, okay, let's have some nuance here. Let's talk about this. Thank you, Artemis, for 2. You're a shining white light in the dark. But yeah, you can have the nuance in your video. I don't understand why everyone's like, oh, if I do the angry thumbnail, the entire video has to be pure anger the whole way through, yada, yada, yada. Like, it doesn't have to, bro. It never did. That was never a rule. Oh, one sec. One sec, chat. There you are. I told you could join whenever.
I didn't want to just like hop on in. I don't know. I'm always like that.
You could join whatever. So the
right.
Tildeer, by the way, this is not actually a video about Nintendo. It is about people that make anti-Nintendo videos. And this guy makes anti-Nintendo videos. But he makes them for more nuanced and more detailed reasons than everybody else. According to him.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Oh my god.
Have you got to hear any of it yet?
I heard a little bit, but what is it? I heard a little bit of this in regards to the 2 brothers. I've been here for the past probably like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yep. Don't worry, we still got 15 minutes to go.
And,
he's talking about them being alt-right racists.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Oh, don't worry. It goes so much further down.
Oh my gosh.
Metroid Prime 4 for
Oh
me.
wait, sorry. I gotta screen share with you so you can see it in real time.
Yes.
You got it.
Yep.
That kind of content came easily without sacrificing authenticity because I had extreme feelings towards that game, as did Lord Frogmire. But if your core objective is to solely make edgy, incendiary rage bait, guess what? You lose your credibility. You poison the well of Nintendo discourse, and just as Nintendo influencers leech on.
So here's kind of like I mentioned that I'd watched this video through before, and here's the first thought I had when this. Lose your credibility with who? Because the reality is everyone is still watching them. You can lose your credibility with me, but like, who am I? I'm just some random guy on the internet. Everyone else is still watching them.
My thing with it is like, because I used to watch reviews, Nintendo YouTubers, like freaking my favorite one was Arlo like a couple of years ago. And I just stopped watching them just because I just kind of fell out of love with it. But like, it doesn't matter who you're going to lose credibility with because the only thing you're trying to please is your audience.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, who cares? It's like, oh, you lost credibility. It's like, okay, do my fans still love me or not? Because there's like a bajillion Nintendo YouTubers.
Yeah.
There's still a Nintendo YouTuber I still like wish would come back, Space Hamster. And it's only because he was funny. Like, I don't care.
Exactly. I also think this guy doesn't seem to get that, because I'd mentioned this at the start where he was talking about people that are pro Nintendo and people that are anti Nintendo. And I was like, the people that are pro Nintendo are making advertisements. Some of them are probably like being given money directly by Nintendo. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm saying that is just, that's why they're very apolitical. That's why they are very like pro Nintendo and they don't really talk about any negatives, is just because they're just sort of like news and advertisement. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas people like Synthetic Man and Lord Frogmire, they live or die on YouTube on their personality, not necessarily what they talk about. And it's a thing I think a lot of people forget is their personality is why people showed up. They want to hear them rant. They want to hear them yell. They want to hear their jokes. So trying to be like, oh, your credibility is shot, that doesn't work with their fans. You need more than that.
Yeah. Was it someone said Arlo turned on Nintendo surprisingly? Arlo's always been like 50-50 with Nintendo. Like, you go back to his old videos, he's the one that for some reason, even though it was like really, really obvious, that got people to realize that Nintendo just kind of does what they want just because they can.
Yeah. That's something I mentioned at the top of the video, was I don't think he understands that a lot of anti-Nintendo stuff got popular because people are burnt out on Nintendo. And they're burnt out on hearing how good Nintendo actually is when they can see that they're not.
Yeah.
So they're pushing back. Like, maybe some of them are pushing back harder than they should. But they're pushing back because of a reaction. They're not just doing it out of nowhere.
Pretty much. Was it like, even I was kind of shocked about how like pro Nintendo people are, because anytime I looked at Nintendo, because, and this is a stupid fact I always like talk about once in a while, I wanted to join Nintendo, and I had like concept art and everything ready because I'm like, I'm gonna go pitch my game to them. So I actually looked at them business wise, and then I eventually learned like, oh, this is actually like a business, and I was okay with that. Because I already was in like a business like type family that was analytical like that. So when I saw people genuinely praising this company as if it was a person, I was like,
Yeah.
Y'all are delusional.
No, like, if there was like, ever a soulless corporation, it was probably Nintendo.
Yeah. Not even just soulless corporation. It's like, because it's like you can have optimism. The problem is it's kind of like VTubing. No one knows how to balance having fun and being a business. It's always either one or the other, and it's most mostly the people that are like, but I just wanted to hang out with my friends and talk about my hobbies. And it's like, I want to do that too. I also want to make money.
Oh.
Off Nintendo's success, you prey on Nintendo's downfall. Now, Lord Frogmire's disdain towards the Switch 2 is inseparable.
Oh, so that's something I said, because he keeps trying to compare these two things. It's like, they're basically the same, just one is positive and one is negative. I was like, but there is an objectively true side. And that's something that he ignores for a large portion of the video, is, yeah, one side is mostly negative, because there's mostly negative things to say.
Yeah.
Like, they're not making up negative shit just to make up negative shit. Like, at no point in this video does he ever call them out for lying about Nintendo. He's just like, but they're too negative all the time. They're never positive about anything.
The drama tuber argument, why are you always so negative, bro? It's like, yeah, because everybody's praising them for the positive. If I want to go to a positive YouTuber talk about positive things, I'd go to somebody who likes doing positive news. Guess what? Right now, there's no positive news because everybody's on fire.
Exactly.
It's always during the time when everything's like negative too. It's like, why can't you think of the positive? It's like, well, something, this corporation like hung like 5 people and this corporation just fired their whole staff. It's like, why can't you talk about the positives?
Yeah. Don't worry, chat. We'll be off Synthetic Man and Lord Frogmire in a minute. He's got a bunch of other alt-righters we have to talk about.
So why alt-right? Like,
I don't know. Here, can I, let me see if you can see it. Just if I hover over it. There's like some crazy, yeah. There's some crazy shit in this video.
Oh my gosh.
He basically shows some random video screenshots, and he says because they don't like Sweet Baby Inc., they hate black people. Because they made a video on that 500-pound woman that's trying to sue Lyft because she physically could not fit in somebody's car, that means they hate women. And because one of them made a video about, like, where the title just said autism versus ADHD, they clearly hate disabled people.
How white do you think he is? Like European white with a hint of German and Italian?
Have you ever watched one of Jeff Dunham's comedy specials?
I have not. Are you talking about that one we saw for the Gravity Falls things, the nigga one?
No, that's what you, God, what the fuck? That's somebody else. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. No, Jeff Dunham is a ventriloquist, and he has a bit he does with a black puppet. And the black puppet goes, word. And he goes, what word? He says, word, like I heard that. And he says, heard what? And the puppet just screams, brother, you're not a white, you're a neon white. You make Barry Manilow look like a brother. That's about where I'm at.
Not Swedish mixed with German, definitely.
That's about where I'm at.
Yeah. Because listen, I've talked like little about like the whole Sweet Baby Inc. stuff with like my own family, and like they chime in and like give their opinion on it. It's mostly me and my sister with it, and I'm like, y'all do like these people will. It's like Sweet Baby Inc. is clearly a diverse thing. So how many people of color are on their board?
I think they're led by a black woman. To be fair.
Wait, what? Sorry.
I think they're led by a black woman.
She's mixed, leaning white. She's mixed, leaning white.
Fair.
Because that's what they always do. They get a black woman, but it's all because it's like a whole colorist issue that also it gets talked about in like the black community. They always specifically get the black women, but the black women who lean white just enough to fit in their friend group.
The Rihanna defense.
Yes. The Drake defense, even.
True.
Only his brother, but also to their mutual hatred of people of color, women, and people with disabilities. While plenty of...
Notice how he doesn't show a single clip for any of that. We just throw that out in the ether. Doesn't say
Oh my
nothing.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'll go back so chat can hear it.
Mutual hatred of people of color, women, and people with disabilities. While plenty of
When I saw this video, I was like, I have to watch this one on stream. This is horrendous. Why are we doing this?
They hate Nintendo, therefore they hate women.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna get into like the world's most ridiculous schizo theory I have ever heard by the end of the video.
I need to hear this. I need to hear this. Not the pimp.
normal, well-meaning individuals who are functioning members of society have been rightfully upset with the Switch 2 pricing and Nintendo as a whole, chances are that some of those people were also recommended at least one of Lord Frogmire's videos in the last 6 months, and by extension, were recommended his horrific worldviews. And that's how you radicalize a normie.
For people who have never seen this video in the background, by the way, it is the most schizophrenic, retarded shit I have ever watched. It basically says that if you were okay with racist jokes, you are 2 steps away from killing a black person in the street. It is so stupid. And people quote it to this day as if it's a legitimate, serious video.
You never realize how most of the people that do this crap are like white. I like hate saying it, but like every now, like there's too many people these past like couple months where it's like they say the dumbest crap ever, and they're mostly white.
It's okay. I hate my people.
Don't we all?
I know. Chat, that's how you know I'm not racist to black people, because I hate white people too.
Isn't that joke from the latest Scary Movie trailer? I just saw that today.
It might be. I haven't seen it.
Like, what is it in the trailer? The woman was like, "Oh, I'm Republican, so you gotta hate me," and the black woman's like, "Oh, I think all white people are racist anyway. Get in here."
Thank you for the head pats, by the way. Nice to see my auto head pat thing is working.
But let's say for the sake of argument that YouTube recommends a different Nintendo hate YouTuber instead. I mean, they can't all be part of the same anti-woke gaming brigade, right?
Oh my god.
Notice how we have gone from neo-Nazi to white nationalist to they just hate women, disabled people, and minorities to now it's just generic anti-woke. Like, we have been... Normally, you increase, like, how extreme a person is over time. He's been decreasing it. Because he realized... by the time he got to this point in his script, he realized that if he said they're all neo-Nazis, he would get hate from, like, 20 different communities. So he just had to say they're anti-woke.
My thing is, this is all because like they dislike Nintendo games. By the way, it's always these Nintendo. What is it? It's like the whole like Japan thing, Japan bad edition.
Yeah,
because it's always like, oh, you hate Nintendo. What is it? Like, I love thing Japan. What is it? Game Nintendo. This is game Nintendo bad edition.
Well, let's see some of the neo-Nazis he needs to talk about.
This wizard guy totally seems like a well-adjusted person and has been making some decent points regarding the Switch 2. Let's see what other content he makes.
Oh, okay, that's just cringe.
It is cringe. However, I struggle to be like, no, you gotta understand, he's like right-wing because he said you shouldn't have murdered a speaker at a college. Like, do you guys hear yourself? This is like people that were saying Shoe on Head was now like officially right-wing because she said she didn't like that her friends were saying, yeah, we should have killed that guy sooner.
Yeah. Again, these people. Again, it's. I gotta pull out the meanness here. It's just these white people who feel ashamed of their own race and then want you to also feel ashamed. These are also the same people that want to divide people, but then they're like, oh, but I still want to join the cause, and then they divide people further because they don't know how to actually handle a cause because they're privileged. That's crap.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's something you
Because
can't.
this is probably the biggest problem in this guy's life, by the way. Nintendo YouTubers that talk about politics who are equally as cringe as this guy.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, sorry.
no, you can't be like, if you don't think Charlie Kirk should have been murdered in the street, you're a right-wing neo-Nazi. Like, what the fuck? A lot of people were very, I use this term very, instead of a more extreme term, a lot of people were very offended that a man was shot in the street. Like, to some people, that is an offensive thing to do. I'm sorry this is the first time you're hearing about this.
But I told them to die on Reddit. Why can't they die in real life like I want them to?
Okay, well, they can't all
This
be
guy is
winners.
making a
How
video about
Manic the Manic Mechanic. This is the only creator on this platform whose avatar somehow looks more bisexual than mine, so I'm sure he's pretty open-minded.
I don't care. This is
just funny.
This is cringe rage bait.
Number one, you can't take this thumbnail seriously. Like, that's the whole point. You can't take this thumbnail seriously. I would have clicked on this just to see what the jokes would have been about. Like, you can't take this video thumbnail seriously. Oh my gosh.
And again, he doesn't tell us anything about the videos. He's just like, oh, bad thumbnail, bad video title, clearly right-wing neo-Nazi. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, this is actually a thumbnail that has effort put into it. You could probably argue about AI, but, like, I don't give a crap, and neither do the kids who watch these videos. Like, come on.
Damn, okay, never mind. How about this anime channel? No?
We're supposed to be like, this is a problem. He is obsessed with this fat woman Sue's Uber Lyft thing. And it's like, no, he's correct. This is a retarded thing to sue over. Lose some weight, Piggy. Jesus Christ.
Not only lose weight, these are the people that encourage these people to keep getting fat, and then they don't realize that this is actually a big issue in, like, minority communities where, because of poor health reasons, you can get fat and die. But go on, queen. Live your 600-pound life. Oh, you died? My condolences. Go cheer on, my other 600-pound queen.
Also, notice that he had to go back a full year on this guy's channel to find something that was quote-unquote anti-woke.
Well, you see, my bias. You won't understand my point unless I go back 50 years.
Like, screw you, that purple guy isn't even political. Yeah, there's nothing political about this. Newsflash, monkey bro. Everybody thought the Uber and Lyft ladies trying to sue because they were too fucking fat to fit in a car was hilarious and retarded all at the same time.
But she's black, so clearly you hate black people and you're fat phobic.
Well, actually, he showed a video for the Lyft woman earlier who is white. For that one, he just hates women. Like, if you're gonna pull this thing with the fat thing, at least be accurate with it and say they're fat phobic, which is retarded, but at least say that. Instead, he comes up with excuses like they hate women because they're fat. What?
Oh no, I'm on there with you. Ever since I heard the term fat phobic, I thought that was the dumbest thing that I knew would spin into a new thing. Just say fat shaming. It just gets the point across faster. Fat phobic just sounds dumb.
Also, stop pretending fat shaming is bad. If you're that fat, you deserve to be shamed.
Yeah.
If your fat
Listen,
ass
there's a
can't
reason-
fit through the door of a Ford F-150, you're too fat.
Listen, there's a reason why Connor decided to do whatever he's doing right now. He literally was like, "Listen, I understand my 600-pound life, but I can't feel bad for you if you're 600 pounds and you keep going back to the Outback Steakhouse.
Exactly.
Stop going to the Heart Attack Grill, bro. At some point, you need to stop."
Like, I feel sympathy for people that have a glandular problem, and they're, you know, like,
Yeah.
250-something pounds, and it's causing them issues. But when you're getting up to, like, the 400 range, it's your fault. Like, just flat out,
Yeah.
it is your fault at that point. Your glandular problem does not have you bedbound because you're too fucking fat. You're just eating too much and not exercising.
And even if you can't do the intense exercises, they literally just say even walking. And if you can't walk, that's something that's something that can't be helped. But like, you got most people who are out here that are able-bodied walking, who are trying to lose the weight because they really want to like change their self, change their diet, change themselves as an individual. But this, if you're like not even trying, you're just kind of dumb.
Chat is saying this guy doesn't even talk about Nintendo.
He talked about Nintendo that one time.
Apple, VR chat, content creators. He got a Nintendo video in here. Yeah, the greed of Nintendo is insane. The greed of Nintendo is still insane. Yeah, no, there's like... Did you really cover a guy that's got like 2 fucking Nintendo videos as like an example of Nintendo haters?
Well, when you talk about Nintendo more than 0 times, that makes you a Nintendo YouTuber.
Like, why did you... Why?
Because my point, Mizu, my point must be made. I need to send the message.
You just included this because you had nobody else to like look at. What the fuck? You just don't like this guy. This guy, because when was his last Nintendo video? It's 5 months ago. There's no way you naturally saw this.
Oh, what about the Decembro?
Sorry, go. He did that too
Hey,
quick
never
for
mind.
me.
How about this anime channel? No? What about the Decembro?
Propaganda, they went full retard. Activists in the games industry just exposed themselves. Sweet Baby Inc. And
I bet you he didn't buy Concord. Just defending Concord, doesn't even play Concord.
fun fact, bro, everybody hates Sweet Baby Inc. and they're an abject failure.
Not only that, but like, let's be real here. Even if you liked these games, nobody talks about these games.
To be fair, the one on the left here hasn't come out yet. I don't think so, right?
Nobody's-
It's called something Profit.
Nobody's talking about that either.
We talk about Concord because it was an abject failure. I think this is Yotai?
Yeah, it's Ghost of Yotoi. Nobody talks about Ghost of Yotoi, and everybody was talking about Yushima.
I actually do not recognize this one at all. Somebody in chat's gonna have to tell me on her.
That one, it looks familiar. It might be that. No. Could that be that
Heretic
one
Prophet,
game
thank you,
about
chat. No, that's for this one. The bald lady is Heretic Prophet.
Oh, the deaf girl from Spider-Man. That's what she looks familiar.
Oh, I forgot. There's like a whole death thing that goes on with that game.
Yeah. We don't talk about that
Decembro
segment
is a
either.
real one. Decembro is Portuguese. Decembro is decent. That's the thing. Like, he's going through these videos, and he's like, again, this is 5 months ago. Like, he's just fishing for stuff he can be like, that's problematic.
OmniArt TV?
Again, this is the one he showed earlier, the Lyft lawsuit. It's like,
Oh my god.
this is not anti-woke content. This is just a normal person's reaction to hearing some fat ass couldn't fit in a car, so she sued the guy that owned the car.
But she's my black queen. Duh.
It's so dumb.
My black queen.
when you are so fat, I can't tell if it's your front or your back. It's time to lay off the cheeseburgers.
I mean, you're not wrong. I was just staring and being like, I know it's not a butt. However, like, I know, but still.
This guy is that meme of your friend that's just too woke. Like,
No, he's literally the what is it right wing memes versus left wing memes. Like he is literally the embodiment of a left wing meme that over explains things.
anti-woke to this guy is anything not being pro-positive to bad behavior, I guess. That's what it feels like.
Again, these people do it all the time.
Oh, he brings up Smash JT for like just...
It was so long since I've heard that name. I don't even remember what he does.
Let's see what video he picks. That was... You saw how quick that was?
Yeah. He's like, I'm blacklisting you, blacklisting you.
Omniarch TV, Smash JT.
Hollywoke. Tomb Raider lead says Laura isn't meant to be hot. Here's the reality. The Lara Croft anime remake is garbage. Like, just actually is garbage. The game is shaping up to look a lot better.
Oh, that concept art I saw a while ago. Yeah. I don't even play Lara Croft. It's like, okay, let's be real here. She's horny bait, guys. You don't have to hide it. Stop being ashamed of it. She was made that way. She was advertised that way. Stop pretending she isn't, bro.
I think
it's like
the problem is, like, Lara Croft was both, like, empowering to women and, like, everything a guy would want to see in a game. Because you remember I made my joke the other day of a male game that's just like big boobed hot woman slices demon in half with laser sword will always sell.
Yeah.
That's basically Lara Croft, is hot British girl does backflip over dinosaur and domes it in the head 20 times with a desert eagle. Like,
listen, I've always subscribed to the belief that everybody's like, people want an empowering female lead that doesn't appeal to the male gaze. So we just made a girl who has a personality, very big air quotes, by the way, that still appeals to the male gaze. It just appeals to the male feminist male gaze. They don't want a girl who actually has a personality. They just want a girl who can put them on a leash.
Animated show made her refuse to use guns. Yeah, for some reason, the animated show is trying to take out the fact that Laura is like a based as fuck gymnast who can do all of these ridiculous like feats of athleticism, and they just want her to be like a brawler, like kind of more like Tifa from Final Fantasy. And that's the example. Okay. People are fine with Tifa. People love Tifa, and she is what they're trying to make Lara Croft into. But that's not what Lara Croft is. Lara Croft is the gymnast who domes people with desert eagles.
I told you, they're not making them appeal to the male gaze. They're making these women appeal to the male feminist gaze, which is still misogynistic because it's only being appealed to still a male gaze. It's just to a different male gaze. And then they're teaching girls to like accept it because this is what women want. No, it's just what Freddie down the street wants because he wants to hook up with a woman who, quote unquote, has a personality who will put him on a leash. It's literally it.
Yeah. It's so
literally
bad.
It.
Let's see if I can catch the next one. Radical cap.
Is GTA 6 going to be a woke game? Yeah, it probably is. GTA 6 is probably gonna fucking suck. I've never heard of this guy, by the way.
I'm pretty sure I literally think he went searching for these people because I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah.
He has... His icon is so generic, I would have thought he was a bot.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it's like... Who cares? Who are these people he keeps pulling up? I don't even think some of them are YouTubers now. Oh my gosh.
Also, this is making fun of a gaming journalist. Like,
also, if you trust anybody from Screen Rant, I'm gonna jump you. there are many like article websites you do not trust. I can understand if you trust Kotaku and IGN, even though they're also dog water. But if you listen to Screen Rant or IMDb, I'm going to sideways look at you, because what do you mean you're listening to the bottom ring of journalism?
Exactly.
8-bit Eric.
Who are these people? Oh my god! I don't even think that's not even a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it's not a Nintendo game. And yeah, this is another stupid thing people are trying to say about Hornet. Like,
It doesn't make any sense. There was more pushback to the fact that they're doing another the message is abortion for Hornet that I saw than whatever this is.
To be fair, the message for Hornet is actually to give birth to your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get a debuff if you abort it. You get a buff if you have the baby.
Oh my god.
Geeks and gamers.
Who are these people?
I've heard of Geeks and
Why did
Gamers. I don't know anything about them.
Why did Trump save the Switch too?
I don't know. It was 10 months ago.
Considering the lawsuit that's going on right now, nah.
I mean, this is one of those things that's like, it's probably bad in retrospect.
Yeah. It's the Crunchyroll effect all over again.
Didn't age very well. But again, like, he's trying to... I think he forgot his point, that he was trying to be like, these are all, like, evil anti-woke people that are gonna lead people down, like, an immoral neo-Nazi pipeline. And it's, like, just the most random-ass takes you've ever seen.
I always hate people like this because, like, and I like can spot some of them depending on how they thumbnail their video. These people never have a point of their own. They just want to talk about people they dislike or things they dislike and then drag other people in and talk down to them. And it's like, brother, I came here to watch you review Donkey Kong. Who cares about what Billy Bob did?
Exactly.
You just got an axe to grind. Oh my god. Also, this is about him going. This is about one of the videos is about Pow World.
One of them is about Pow World. One of them is about the Switch 2 not being worth it. And this one, you're gonna hate hearing this, Mr. Woke Monkey Man. The Hunter Schafer thing was absolutely astroturfed to shit by their PR firm, because it came out that they were never in talks to be anywhere near the Zelda movie. Nobody had ever asked them.
I remember seeing that entire thing go down, and I was like, all right, I don't understand, but like, if you made the role of Zelda, you made the role of Zelda. Who cares? Like, I cared if they actually got the role. And then I found out like 2 months later, they didn't even audition. And so I'm like, so we're hating on a person that didn't even get the role, and we're making a ton of videos and YouTube shorts about someone who didn't even get a role? I could understand if they got the role. We're talking about someone who didn't even audition. They didn't even look in Zelda's direction. And we're trying, like you said, we're astroturfing this. I'm like, this is such a waste of my time. And I only researched this for 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Okay, for Tonga Plays, he's been speaking out against Nintendo. As long as he doesn't have any, like, AI-generated thumbnails of gay Pikachu, I think we're in the clear.
You know what?
That's his big mention of Furtonga, by the way, is the gay Pikachu thumbnail.
Pokemon fanboys ain't being the allegations. All it is it just says gay in the thumbnail. Do you even watch the video, bro? He could be talking about anything. What is this gay Pikachu even about?
Exactly. He could be calling people gay. Which used to be a popular insult.
Was this? It's still an insult to me.
Doesn't he have Furtong in the video thumbnail of his video? He does. He included as many notable faces as he could in the thumbnail to get you to click on it.
Again, this like, was this a past controversy I forgot and ignored because sometimes it's just best to ignore things, or is this guy having a stroke?
Don't worry, we're not even at the like worst part of the video yet. We're making our way downtown.
Making our way downtown, walking fast. I don't even know the words. I'm just gonna make them up.
Damn it! Now, obviously, these channels are not all exclusively Nintendo hate channels.
Yeah, this one guy has 2 videos on Nintendo.
We're talking about Nintendo. The whole point of the video. You know what?
You know what's the funniest part of this is? He would have you believe he watched these videos, but he's viewing this channel on the same account he watched the video on, because you can see it right here. He watched like literally 3 minutes of this video.
I think he needs to go to the asylum. We need to open the asylums, everybody. Pitch in.
Oh, thank you, Morning Jay, for the 10 gifted memberships, and thank you, Wolfsbane, for the $2. Furtonga, it went too far down. Furtonga literally only cares about console fan salt.
Oh my god.
Like, he would have you believe he went through and actually watched these videos to check for quality. Literally the world's smallest watch time on a single video.
This guy's an idiot.
And they're not all on the same level.
And notice, you're going to see this when he goes through the other ones. There's going to be no watch time on any of them.
This guy isn't even a Nintendo YouTuber. He mostly does PlayStation. This guy is literally going around to different YouTubers who don't even talk about Nintendo. Oh my gosh. This guy's an idiot.
Claim that every single creator who criticizes Nintendo is some kind of alt-right weirdo, but I am trying to say that there is an unusually large portion who are.
Kendra, it's clearly obvious. Look at the graphs.
You know that one, you've seen Nostalgia Critic, right?
Yeah.
You know about that meme with the chart?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say.
Look at the chart. It's so obvious.
What the chart says.
Chat, look at the graph. He made a graph. Clearly, you can't deny it.
Look at this graph. Oh.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh. It's so stupid.
It's so garbage, bro.
So why is that? To answer this question,
I hate to spoil it, but I have to. He is genuinely about to cope and seethe about cope and seethe.
It's usually, here's the thing, there's people who say cope and seethe, and then there's the people that embody cope and seethe so much that they misuse it for other people when it applies solely for themselves. Please dilate, bro.
Cope, seethe, and dilate.
let's take a reverse look at Nintendo's anti-woke White Knight, a Nintendo influencer who never quite went on to witness the same level of success as his contemporaries. Harmon Smith has made thousands.
Notice that this is like a nobody, like a genuine nobody.
I think this guy is just stupid.
But also, how he describes him, I don't know who Harmon Smith is, but even how this guy describes him is that he's basically the DSP of Nintendo. Except people actually watch DSP for some reason.
Like, it would have made sense if he actually used DSP.
Yeah.
But he just found this guy with 196 views. Yeah. Nobody's watching this guy.
On a 44-second short.
Pontificating pro-corporate Nintendo think pieces.
You know, Zoomers, you know, the people
Did
who
you notice that about all those videos?
What?
Each and every one of those videos that he just passed by has only three digit views.
Yeah.
And I saw that Arlo sneak in there. Oh my gosh. Arlo's probably the biggest guy he has in this list.
So keep in mind, chat, we're talking about anti-Nintendo people that are right-wing. Somehow, we are now on a ridiculously pro-Nintendo guy called Harmon Smith, and you're gonna love to hear how he's right-wing.
Nintendo think pieces.
You know, Zoomers, you know, the people who are begging for free healthcare and to be taken care of by the government are also demanding that they should be able to get video games for free because you're such a loyal customer. Yeah, you're such a loyal customer that you won't even pay $70 for Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
I like to call them think pieces because his videos make me think about buying a piece and putting it in my mouth. He's prone to uploading multiple times a day, even when there's no Nintendo news to talk about. And that's because Harmon's definition of brand loyalty is extreme, to say the least. Now, within the very small circle...
What do we think about his intro?
I mean, it's cringe. It reminds me of like Nostalgia Critic era, but like, who cares? Let him be cringe. He'll realize it's either cringe later or he'll just never outgrow it. That's it. It's like, who cares? That's what this guy doesn't get. Who cares?
Don't worry, chat. We'll be on topic with this guy for a little bit.
Who actually know of Harmon Smith's existence, he's mostly used as a punching bag, a symbolic piñata for anyone trying to beat on the brats known as the Nintendo fanbase. Personally, I discovered Harmon Smith because a few people mentioned him down in my comment section, and Harmon Smith discovered me because I didn't like the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. Harmon has been going to bat for Nintendo for nearly 8 years, and to this day his defense is still firmly rooted in the antiquated notion of the console wars.
We are going to demand that these games come out on Nintendo hardware where they should have been to begin with and will be forevermore.
But beyond his unhealthy...
This is somebody that is like so lowbrow that I would never address them in a video, right?
Yeah. This is something I would see. This is like a guy I think I would see in a Magic Mush video. In fact, I think he actually did appear in a Magic Mush video. and then I forgot about him because Magic Mush's videos are funny, and then I want to watch the next one.
Yeah. This is
out of mind, out of sight.
This is some advice for Monkey Man here in making his videos. When you're trying to sell your audience on something being a problem, don't use a completely no-name YouTuber who, by your own admittance, literally everyone makes fun of.
But the message.
Yeah.
Healthy corporate allegiance, the mere image of Harmon Smith is used as a caricature, a stereotypical portrait of the unemployed, chronically online, straight white male Nintendo fan. Now, I'm not gonna make comments.
Notice how absolutely none of that has anything to do with women or minorities or wokeness at all.
I love people who always use the term straight white male are also straight white males.
Exactly.
Always it's either other straight white males or girls who use Korean profile pictures.
But remember, chat, people who hate on Nintendo defenders only do it because they're women, minorities, and disabled. And granted, homie here might be disabled, we don't know. But he's definitely not a woman, and he's definitely not a minority. So I don't think he realizes like this one guy is kind of tearing his own argument apart for this video.
I think we should get this guy some 9/11 pants. It's about his physical. Be offended all the time. I'm serious. I just found some 9/11 pants.
Fair enough.
Frankly, who the fuck am I to judge? Look at me, I'm a bisexual monkey.
Wait, that's legit his avatar?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was just a caricature he made as a joke.
You know, that's his. Which, by the way, is just a drawing of Curious George that he put a. By the way, again, this guy is anti-Nintendo, and he put a bisexual question block on the shirt.
You know, I think this guy's dumb.
Homie, I'm gay, but you're a faggot.
I sent you the 9/11 pants in the host space.
I'll have to look at those in a bit.
I'm a bisexual monkey. But I will highlight the image that Harmon Smith cultivates through his content and the aspects of his online presence that are within his control, such as his blatant misogyny, racism, and transphobia. Now,
his blatant racism, misogyny, and transphobia.
Okay, you gonna show any of that?
Also, I don't care. It's a fucking dude, and you think he's in a basement, like an all-inclusive basement, because he's got like his computer in here, his fridge, his microwave. Like,
yeah,
it's literally everything is in one room, and it's got exposed wires on the wall.
I think he is. Like, people talk about basement dwellers. I think this guy's an actual basement dweller.
Now, what's interesting about these aspects of Harmon's personality is that the people who watch his videos don't seem to have much of an issue with it.
I like how you're showing subtly that you didn't even watch half of the Lord Frogmire video on the side here. This is why when you're getting screenshots for stuff like this, either A, actually watch the full videos you're talking about, or B, use incognito mode, so it erases all the markers.
Do you think this guy's smart enough for that, Mizu?
Apparently not.
Regardless of whether they like him or not. You can see this in most of his comment sections, which typically either consist of people agreeing with Harmon or people making fun of his appearance and criticizing him for being a, quote, Nintendo shill. Even going through all the various Harmon Smith critiques I've seen from other creators, it was genuinely difficult to find anyone calling him out for his racist or sexist remarks.
Why are the cops after us so much? Maybe it's because you're committing so many crimes.
Or his...
Based. Anyway. Anyways, like, I don't care. Like, he's like, why is it everybody calling him out for how racist and homophobic he is? Because he's a no-name channel. No one gives a shit.
Like, he's not, like, listen, he looks like listen, the reason why nobody cares about some people when they're racist or sexist or whatever is because they already look like a loser.
Yeah.
That's the reason why people like Hassan get away with it, because he looks actually like some guy, like a decent looking guy. If Hassan looked like that guy, nobody would care.
Yeah.
Like, that's what these people need to understand. If you don't look conventionally attractive, no one gives a crap about your opinion.
Yeah, like,
you just look like a nerd in a basement.
Like, why do you guys only talk about the funny stuff about him? Why don't you talk about the fact that he's racist and transphobic? Because I'm making a funny YouTube video. I don't give a shit that some nobody who lives in his basement is racist. What the fuck do I care? What is me calling that out even gonna do? People already don't like him. Like, we've established this. People already hate the guy. What is me making a video calling him racist gonna change?
The fact that you agree with me that he's racist.
Like, it's so dumb.
Like, people listen, it's like how I just commented on one person be like, the current administration is racist, and I'm like, and after you just found that out today? Because we can, like, go back in time a bit, since you guys want to be stupid because you just picked up a political book yesterday.
Also, there's
all the time.
I have to point out, right? So Twitter typically recommends in the what's happening stuff that is either close to you or is related to stuff you like. So it's not lost on me that literally every single trend in his is for sports. It's not lost on me that all you're looking at on Twitter is sports. And apparently you don't follow Toby Fox, so you're immediately not based. I don't even know if I follow Toby Fox. I just think it's funny to say that.
Well, you see, Toby Fox is clearly a lefty, so him not following Toby Fox is a sign that either A, he hates Toby Fox for his edgy past, or B, he's a fake gamer. He also doesn't follow Reggie. He's not begging for Mother 3 like the rest of us.
Also, there's so much porn of Grace Ashcroft already. It just
I mean,
so
look
much.
at her. Listen, she just basically looks like an adult Ashley. I don't even play Resident Evil or whatever the franchise is. She just looks like an adult Ashley.
There's a really good 3D render of her wearing her like big, thick, black rimmed glasses, and she's just got her FBI badge covering between her legs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I have it in my bookmarks. It looks so good. It's important, chat, to have your preferences.
I mean, listen, that's what makes the world go around.
Oh yeah, I gotta go back just an inch, because I need you guys to hear the full thing he's gonna say in relation to this Resident Evil tweet.
After us so much. Maybe it's because you're committing so many crimes.
Or his weird fetishization of Japanese culture and...
That's
Resident Evil is the most American game franchise. That's like the one thing I note about this franchise. This is the most American franchise set in Japan that you can ever think of. And the immediate thing you thought of was Japan bad. Like, bro. Like, I don't even play this franchise. I want to, but I don't even play this franchise. She looks pretty. That's it.
Yeah, I don't even know like what her race is supposed to be, because I know that she's a FBI agent, but you know, America's pretty diverse. We have people of all races like in our country, but she looks American to me.
Well, you see, he said waifu. That's it. That's literally it. I bet you that's it. He said waifu once, because for some reason there's this weird trying to change history, being like saying waifu in the great 2026, and it's like, yeah, we said waifu in 2026. What are you, a tourist?
Yeah. And like it's the weird fetishization of Japanese culture, and you used a tweet where he's talking about an American woman in the most American of Japanese games.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
But waifu, and it doesn't even have likes. It doesn't even have likes. You stalk this guy's Twitter account.
East Asian women.
Asian women are a lot more attractive than white women.
They are. Look, I have to say this too, because this is something that comes up a lot with people. You are allowed to have preferences for your partner in literally every aspect, apparently, except for race.
Well, you see, fetishization. I don't know.
Because, like, there isn't even, like, a woke racial preference. Because if you say that you like exclusively black women, then they'll do what you said. They say it's fetishization of a race. Like, you physically, for woke people, cannot have a racial preference in dating. For any race, at all. Or it's immediately problematic.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Something snow bunny.
Yeah. Chat, I think you're allowed to have a racial preference in dating. I think it's perfectly fine. Because it's just what you find attractive.
Yeah.
Gross. Just take this video from Magic Mush, a much larger creator than Harmon Smith.
First off, don't bring up Magic Mush. Do not bring up Magic Mush's name in your mouth.
I like how you commented. It's like, I think Magic Mush did a video on this guy.
Dude, like, this guy, Magic Mush is actually a good guy. For some reason, the guy who does X-Play now has beef with him on Blue Sky because he just brought up his name and didn't contact him to make a profit off of the video. But seriously, do not bring up Magic Mush's name. He actually knows how to make a point and script a video. He doesn't even like politics.
Yeah.
Who featured him in his content to capitalize off the surge of Nintendo hate. Now, I'm not saying that larger creators shouldn't be allowed to criticize.
So you can say it's to capitalize off the surge of Nintendo hate. In reality, a lot of people, when they make videos, it is stuff they start researching on stuff that they see as trending. They're not necessarily doing it to capitalize on the trend. It's just what is being sent to them, and they're like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll research that. And given what you have told us about this Harmon guy, he probably saw the Harmon guy trending at some point, decided to look into him, and was like, holy shit, this is hilarious. Like, that's how that works, bro. I have to call this out, like, with people all the time, is they immediately assume the worst in why somebody has done something.
Well, that's the playbook, Mizu. If we assume the best, then our point can't be made.
Yeah. Which, it's funny, because at the start of the video, he was talking about being mindlessly negative about things, while he is immediately assuming the most negative outcome for every single person he's talking about. Which is why I said at the start of the video, this is a video about the blackest pot calling the blackest kettle black.
Kind of racist, bro.
It is. Thank you, Wolfsbane, for 5. Wrong, Mizu. Only women are allowed preferences. Men are not allowed to have preferences because of power dynamics. This guy is ground zero for monkeypox.
Well, he is gay enough.
Smaller ones, and Harmon Smith is plenty deserving of criticism. But I do think that if you have a larger platform, you should take extra precaution to ensure your critique is actually productive and not just punching down for the...
You watched like 5 minutes of his video, bro. We can fucking see it. You don't know what his video included. It's 40-minute video. You watched none of it.
Sake of content. But while Mush is quick to make fun of Harmon's physical appearance and his undying support for Nintendo,
this man is a walking stereotype. He's like those old school nerd pictures you saw online, but somehow he's real.
He fails to even briefly mention the aspects of Harmon's online presence that are, in my opinion, much more harmful than his pro-corporate perspective.
Because they're not harmful. Likes. Yeah, there's no likes on it. They're not harmful because nobody's watching this dude. Nobody gives a shit.
And even then, I've watched Magic Mush's videos. He literally says he does not care about politics like that. He just calls out the people because they're literal no-names, and he's shocked that they exist. There's literally an actual racist in his videos that for some reason has will buy the black, Marina from Splatoon, right?
Yeah.
Literally burned it on screen, and he's like, listen, I'm not gonna touch it. It's a weird racism thing, but I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna move on to the next person because he does not care. Like, there's also the video talking about Chris Pratt and also criticizing the left and how they were like weird about him.
Yeah, because he went to a church.
Just, like, a tweet.
So bad at Chris Pratt because he goes to church.
Not even, no, it's a specific church, which, funnily enough, Magic Mush looked into it, and he's like, he doesn't even go to the church that people are criticizing him for. So this is literally just a bunch of nonsense.
Oh, he stopped going to that church years ago.
No, he didn't even go to that church.
Oh, did he not even go? So I was always told it was years ago he stopped going.
No, he went to this Zoe church that isn't even connected to the Hillsong church. It's just a literal church that just so happens to be named Zoe from a guy who used to preach at the Zoe church or was like a youth pastor or something. But the problem is that basically how Magic Mush put it was we're gonna criticize Chris because he had a pastor that allegedly worked at the Hillsong church. And that the Hillsong Church, in turn, is connected to Chris Pratt. And then the Zoe Church, because it's connected to Chris Pratt, means all of that means he's homophobic. Do you know how stupid that sounds?
Oh yeah, tell us stupid.
Like, he doesn't care. That's how much he doesn't care. He went out of his way to research it, and then by the end of that section, because it was a long video and it's a really good video, by the end of that section of the video, he's literally like, "Y'all are stupid."
But yeah, no, like even if he did care about the political aspect of it, like this guy gets no likes. There is no value in like taking down any of his political takes because no one listens to him.
Now take note of this, because Harmon's anti-woke rhetoric is a relatively uncommon occurrence for Nintendo influencers, at least in such explicit form.
Because he's not an influencer. These other guys, I guarantee you, are making money from Nintendo directly or a subsidiary of Nintendo. They cannot afford to be controversial because Nintendo is ridiculously strict about that shit.
Yeah. Listen, Nintendo was, what is it Nintendo did one time? Nintendo literally fired a Kotaku, like literally blacklisted the entirety of Kotaku because they said it was okay to pirate.
Yeah.
What did you think? They're not gonna, unless you literally tell them pirate and steal from Nintendo won't care.
Yeah. But these guys are not going to be controversial or even negative about Nintendo because they probably are just not getting money if they do. Like, it nukes them off the face of the earth. Although I will say, like, sometimes I feel really good about myself when people show off some of these channels and I see that somebody that's got, like, what is it? 157,000 subscribers on me is pulling in about the same views I am for videos.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That always makes me feel a little better about myself when I see this stuff. I'm like, maybe I'm not doing so bad.
You think you're bad, and then you find people that are worse than you or better than you or whatever, and then you realize, it can't get any lower than this.
It feels good in my tummy.
And the truth is, he might just be playing for the wrong team. Historically, there has been what I can only describe as a masculine urge to make fun of Nintendo.
This is where we're gonna start getting into the conspiracy.
Oh no. It's already there. We're already at there. What do you mean the masculine urge to make fun of Nintendo? Oh my gosh. Is it because there's mostly men hating on Nintendo?
No, don't worry. We're going to get into the proper part of the conspiracy. All I will tell you, and I'm not even going to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it because then it's going to throw you off.
Whose games have always appealed to a wider, more casual, and more diverse demographic than their competitors, and by extension have been ridiculed by gamers like Lord Frogmire, who seek out more adult themes in their video games.
Black Souls is a Japanese Gooner game, and it may be the greatest JRPG of all time.
And I think that is the key to both why Harmon Smith has a significantly smaller following than his peers, as well as why these conservative creators also frequently post Nintendo hate content to begin with. This idea is reinforced when you look at which Nintendo products they typically do like.
This is where we're going to get into the conspiracy.
Oh, this is even worse than I thought. Please, no. Please don't do this to Kirby, bro. I love Kirby.
Specifically, anything made by Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of Super Smash Bros.
I got to this part of the video and I lost my shit.
Oh, what did Kirby do to you, bro? Oh.
They do like, specifically anything made by Masahiro Sakurai.
Look at this man. Already.
I was at work when I was listening to this, and when I heard he's like, Masahiro Sakurai, I was like, what the fuck?
I think I know exactly where this is going, and I hate it so much. Oh, Oh my gosh.
It's like, okay, so the masculine urge to only identify with games from the guy that made Kirby. I'm not, by the way, chat, I've played like every Kirby game. I'm not saying Kirby isn't a badass. Canonically, Kirby is a badass. But
Yeah, Kirby literally took down a cult.
like you're telling me just from like looks alone, Kirby is more masculine than like any other Nintendo product, really?
I think I know exactly where this is going. I think I know exactly where this is going, and I'm scared.
I really can't tell if this guy's trolling or genuinely retarded. Yeah, no, this is about the point where I was like, did I just get like trolled for a whole video, or is he like dead fucking serious?
Y'all know about that? Y'all know about that commercial with the little girl who looks like Dora from back in the day, where she says, "Why not both?" That's this guy in a nutshell.
We're about to go on a conspiracy rant about why Nintendo haters only like Sakurai. And at no point does he just consider the fact that Sakurai is extremely passionate about game development and has a lot of really good ideas.
And actually, like, likes games.
Think about it too, like, if you look at people that hate Pokemon, who is the one person they're like, you know, if he made a Pokemon game again, I'd probably play it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, even Pokemon has a director that people are like, if he made a game again, I'd play Pokemon again, because it'd probably be really fucking good. People
Nintendo knows that.
Yeah.
Sorry, finish.
People identify with certain people that they're like, yeah, I know, he's passionate. It's the same thing with Hideo Kojima. Like, even as somebody who doesn't really like Kojima games, he has a rap. So if people hear Kojima is involved with a game, that game immediately gets like a check of approval from some people.
There's also the fact that even Nintendo knows this, because that's how they got the jump on Sakurai like multiple times to get him to do a Smash game. Like, legitimately, Smash for Wii. They were like, "We're doing a Smash for Wii," and then Sakurai was literally at the conference being like, "Man, who did you get to do the new Smash game? You just found out along with everybody else. Get back to the office." That's not a lie, by the way. That's a real interview.
Yeah. Like, Sakurai is one of those game developers that's like a 1 in a million, really understands what he wants to do and is really passionate about doing it. Because he's talked about it in interviews before, like, Kirby is like his baby, and he adores everything Kirby and wants more and more Kirby.
He fought for a week with Miyamoto about what color to make Kirby. Yes. That is how much he loves Kirby.
Yes.
He's like, we are not making my son yellow like every other mascot in existence. He's pink.
And like, you could sit here and say it's like the masculine urge or yada yada yada. No, a lot of gamers just identify with that. And they're like, you know what? That's really cool that you're that passionate. I like you. It happens with all like big developers that are super passionate about their stuff publicly like that.
The creator of Super Smash Bros. This subject is probably worth its own separate deep dive, but for whatever reason, Super Smash Bros. Has always been widely accepted by the hardcore male gamer demographic, even those who typically don't like Nintendo games. This is due in part to a combination of Sakurai's cult of personality, as well as the game's highly competitive nature and mechanical depth, which has established it as a legitimate fighting game in contrast to the rest of Nintendo's more casual and widely accessible catalog. That's also why you'll often see Nintendo hate channels like Lord Frogmire praising games like Kirby Air Riders, because despite it just being a fantastic video game all around, it too fits within the canon of Sakurai's gamer cult, and
that's where he gets into like his head, because he's concocted this conspiracy that the only time guys like Nintendo is Sakurai because of some cult of Sakurai. But then he goes, you know, they like Kirby Air Riders too. And granted, Kirby Air Riders is a fantastic game, but it also just happens to be made by Sakurai. has nothing to do with the fact that it's a fantastic game. Everything to do with the cult of Sakurai.
Well, you see, the cult of Sakurai is the cult of Sakurai because Sakurai is a cult. I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh.
Like, can you name like a bad Sakurai game? You could go down the list and you might find one somewhere, but it's going to be really old, and the bad parts about it are probably going to apply to every game at the time.
Even like I say this about Kirby games, like the reason why Kirby works so well is because it's so simple that even when Kirby has a quote unquote bad game, it is mediocre. It is mediocre at best. This guy just doesn't get it.
Yeah.
This guy just doesn't get it.
Also, Don Haito says people love Zelda. You probably noticed he hasn't brought up Zelda once. We're just pretending Zelda isn't real.
That's the Miyamoto fanboys. We haven't addressed them yet.
Like, we are just not touching Zelda at all this whole video. No guy likes Zelda. Zelda's just a stupid kid's game, even though out of every Nintendo property, Zelda and Kirby are probably considered the two with the darkest lore. I think Zelda is probably the most explicitly dark with, you know, some of its games. But Kirby's probably the darkest in lore, if you start actually reading into it.
Kirby lore is like, there's a reason why, like, for a while Kirby lore was popping off in the YouTube algorithm, because how genuinely did it in a good way, because they focused on good game design and then put all the lore in pause screens, which I think was actually really smart, and then just let the player do whatever they want. They even tease people with Tyranza lore. Whoever developer is behind that, I congratulate you. I didn't need to know Sictonia's original name, but apparently you want to hide it in Kirby's dream buffet for some reason.
Yeah, chat, he's not going to talk about Fire Emblem, Zelda, Metroid, and we're only talking about Kirby because it's the cult of Sakurai, or else probably nobody would like it, or some shit, I guess. Not like Kirby was popular before Smash Brothers or anything.
Was it Alex the Kid? Nobody cares about Earthbound. What's your issue? Nobody cares about Earthbound anymore. The cult of Earthbound? Earthbound's not popular. We need to focus on the popular stuff. Like Wii Fit Trainer.
Well, no, it's not Wii Fit Trainer anymore. Now it's Ring Fit Trainer. We got rid of Wii Fit Trainer. She's gone.
Juxtaposes the controversial and widely accessible Mario Kart world made for normies. These types of hate...
You don't this is the thing he doesn't get, is people like Kirby Air Riders, but it's basically Mario Kart World, and people hated that. Because Mario Kart World kind of fucking sucks. Just because they're both kart racers doesn't mean they're the same thing.
Not only that, but it's like marketing 101. People will buy something if they like the character, the face of the character. I would buy Kirby's Air Riders more than Mario Kart, because I never grew up with Mario Kart. You know what I did grow up with? Kirby. And I kept hearing about how Kirby Air Rider was good as a kid. Now I can finally play that in a modern form because I like Kirby and I like Kirby YouTubers. Like, who cares?
Thank you for the head pats over on Twitch. Appreciated. Kirby Air Riders is completely different to Mario Kart. Exactly. And he'd have you believe they're exactly the same, so there's no reason you don't like Mario Kart World if you like Air Riders. Unless you're a part of the cult of Sakurai, I guess.
Creators might have legitimate grievances with Nintendo's business practices, but I can't help but feel that their anger is actually rooted in a deep loathing of Nintendo's fan base. And I'm not just talking about the toxic Nintendo fan base that sends out death threats to content creators who are slightly critical of their favorite company. I'm talking about targeted rage towards the prominent autistic community that plays Pokemon, or the large queer community who plays Animal Crossing in Tomodachi Life.
Nobody gives a shit, dude.
I'm so confused. I didn't even know there was a queer community who liked Tomodachi Life.
He's just like,
I played that as a kid, and I played Tomodachi Life as a kid, And I kind of thought it was okay. I still don't kind of get the cult following, but you do you. But like, no one cares.
Yeah, like at this point he's just at the point he's just saying shit. Also, it's not I've noticed that this was a fucking 4-minute video and you couldn't even watch like the smallest fraction of it.
Well, I rewatched it.
It's 4 minutes,
So
dude.
garbage.
At least he fully watched the other one, I guess.
And as it so often does, this kind of hatred likely stems from a deep self-loathing. Because the truth is, whether they...
That's always the go-to. If you don't like something, you secretly hate yourself. Shut the fuck up.
Nintendo would look at this guy and be like, are you smoking crack?
Yeah.
This is probably exactly what they want from their fanboys, to be this obsessive so that they can make money off of them.
Like it or not,
This
most
guy's-
Nintendo
Look, the graph's coming back. The graph is coming back.
hate YouTubers are not so secretly members of this fandom themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Put the dramatic
You gotta
music on
listen to
here.
that.
You don't deserve that.
Yeah, you gotta listen to what he said.
Is, whether they like it or not, most Nintendo hate YouTubers are not so secretly members of this fandom themselves.
You go get
What?
it, guys. They secretly love Nintendo.
You know what? I think I'm done with this guy. This guy is so dumb. I can't
Chad,
even
do
make
you
a
see
proper
why I
joke.
picked this one? Like, it was...
This guy's an idiot. Oh
He
my
thinks
God.
he's so intelligent and so smart to come up with this stuff, and it's like, you're fucking stupid, bro.
This guy's an idiot.
Now, I have nothing against Nintendine personally. It's actually a relief to see someone criticizing Nintendo who isn't some alt-right grifter just spewing out whatever bullshit they write on Kiwi Farms. He honestly just seems like a pretty normal guy. He's got a family and he's worked a real job before, which is more than you can say about some of these freaks. And frankly, Nintendine and I have a lot in common. We both chose similarly stupid-ass names for our YouTube channels, we both love New York City, and we both agree on a lot of points when it comes to Nintendo's anti-consumer practices.
So I want you to keep this in mind as we watch this section.
Brother, if you love this guy enough, you know what? I'm not going to continue.
I want you to keep this in mind as we're watching this entire section. My crackpot theory for why this Nintendine guy got his own section all to himself is that this guy secretly wants him to pull him up by the bootstraps so his channel will actually like get some proper attention.
Oh, you were thinking that too. I was thinking if he loves him that much, they should go to a closet together.
I think that's what he's pushing for, and I want you to keep in mind that crackpot theory as we watch this section.
Chad, I'm sorry I'm so mean. I don't care.
Nintendine was also one of the 5 people who actually liked my video about Nintendo influencers, which I appreciate, but I also find somewhat hypocritical. You see, Nintendine actually got his start as a Nintendo fanboy, making retrospectives and reviews about Nintendo games, but notably...
I would not consider that a fanboy. He got his start as a fanboy, you know, making retrospectives and reviews about games. Yeah, that's not really a fanboy. Like, people talk about stuff they liked as a kid.
But that's fanboyism.
He turned
My
heel
brain
after
can't
the
compute.
Switch 2 presentation, even going so far as to publicly boycott the system. Obviously, I didn't follow suit, but still, respect. However, something else changed after the Switch 2 presentation. Nintendine's view counts. This guy even points it out in his own video about Nintendine.
I guess back then, that's when Nintendine was making retrospectives that nobody was watching. I mean, let's just be honest.
And it's true, because since the launch of the Switch 2, Nintendine has exclusively focused on making negative videos about Nintendo, which has led to him being the subject of some recent controversy. Even a fellow Nintendo hate YouTuber made his own video criticizing Nintendine, which pretty much just consists of 18 insufferable minutes of the pot calling the kettle black, except in this case,
on like 25 minutes of one pot calling multiple kettles black.
You see, it's different when I do it.
the pot also hates fucking pronouns! My favorite part of this video is when Manic claims he's punching down on a smaller YouTube channel.
There's a dime a dozen of like very shitty reviews out there, and I would see no reason to punch down on a small channel.
Which is hilarious because Nintendine has almost 15,000 subscribers more than he does. But regardless of the nauseating hypocrisy in this video, I do think Manic manages to bring up one good point against Nintendine.
He loves to call out the behaviors of other YouTubers simply just because they're excited for a video game, yet doing the exact same thing, jumping on all the same trends, except he's just taking a negative slant.
Now, on the one hand, I can't blame Nintendine for pivoting his content. He found more success by going a different route, and there's nothing wrong with that. But on the other hand,
except there is something wrong with it, because your entire video has been about how it's grifting and it's wrong.
I want this guy to stop. Stop what? Just stop.
And dude, everything is negative every single day, no matter what, it kind of dilutes the impact when Nintendo does something legitimately shitty. Like, honestly, are you
It sort of. The problem he's not understanding, though, is Nintendo's doing something shitty every day. And it's the same thing I said earlier with Sony and Xbox. Sony and Xbox have done shitty stuff so consistently for so long that we don't even talk about it anymore when they do something shitty. We're just like, they did something retarded again. And we move on. Because it's just expected that they were going to do something retarded.
Yeah.
And like, I get where he's coming from. It's like, well, the more you talk about the bad stuff they do, the more people are just going to get normalized to it. Well, the more bad stuff they do, the more normal it's going to be for them to be seen as bad. Until, like, people knuckle down and say, you know what? No, I'm not buying from Nintendo anymore until they fix their shit.
And even then, it's like the only way Nintendo's not gonna have that moment is just when they have a console that sucks. They're just gonna have a Virtual Boy Wii U moment. It's not gonna happen with the Switch 1. It didn't happen with the Switch 1. It's not gonna happen with the Switch 2. They just have to pull a Wii U Virtual Boy moment.
Yeah.
Who cares how many videos they make? Nobody cares about the videos some no-names make on like YouTube. They don't even work at Nintendo. It would make more it would have been more impactful if the former host of Nintendo Minute said something, because they actually worked at Nintendo. And even then there were fanboys crying out at them because despite working at Nintendo, they had something bad to say about it. That would have been one thing. This video is going on like all these people who have, again, like three-digit subscribers, 3-digit views, and it's like, oh, but you see, this one has like 10K, and it's like, still, you're so annoying that I don't even care about your opinion. That's how bad of a reviewer you are.
Pretty much.
Actually mad about Tomodachi Life costing $60, or was there just nothing else to report on that day and you needed a negative slant for your coverage?
By the way, everybody uses that same clip of Heels versus Babyface that only ever happens in one video for like 2 minutes. And never again.
Also, again, he's doing that thing. He's like, don't you have anything positive to say? And it's like, okay, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Who cares? Go away. I don't care if I have something negative to say. Don't watch my video.
Yeah.
Don't watch my video.
Other people like the negativity.
Like, that's how I make my bills. Who cares? I got my bag for today. If you don't like my video, I'm not gonna watch it. Now, will we make fun of your video? Yes, that's what we're doing right now. But I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna do what you do and stalk someone's Twitter for how bad it is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, it's one thing to go to the Twitter and just see like one tiny opinion or whatever, and then like, I don't know, block him afterwards. But this guy's just obsessive and weird.
Exactly.
85, Switch Force, Nintendo Land, Nintendo Prime, all of these influencers that you rightfully criticize did the same exact thing by exploiting the excitement during the Switch era. And both...
And that's the problem. Like, I think they genuinely do like Nintendo, right? And that's something that he just, again, ignores. It's like, they were just riding the wave when the Switch was popular. They're still doing it, even though it's becoming less and less popular. Probably because they actually like it. That is the opposite of grifting.
But grifting is my passion, and calling out grifting is also my passion. Blah, 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 blah.
Exploits have led to content that is essentially two sides of the same coin. In spite of the...
I always hate that. Well, you're both just like each other. You know who says that in stories? The fucking Joker. The Joker is the only character that routinely says that shit, and every time, every single person on the internet makes fun of it and says it's the dumbest fucking quote they've ever had him say, and they need to stop making him say it, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Not only do they need to stop making him say it, they need Batman to kill this guy. It's immediate. It's always followed by every single time they're like, you and I are two sides of the same coin. It's always followed up. It's always followed up with, we need to kill this guy.
Yeah. I just think about that fucking meme of Superman from like the golden age of comics patting Batman on the shoulder, and somebody's photoshopped it to say, Batman, I think we got to kill this guy.
And it's true. It's always true. It's like, just kill this guy.
Yeah, like, you gotta stop doing the two sides of the same coin shit. Like, it's a little funny to mention, like, horseshoe theory when we're talking about political people, and how, like, extreme racist sound exactly the same as extreme woke people when you get down to brass tacks. But sitting here and saying that they have, like, they believe the same things and have the same solutions, that's stupid and reductionist, and it shows that you don't actually know what you're talking about. They are not two sides of the same coin. They are completely different in every way, with completely different viewpoints for completely different reasons.
Two sides of my same coin. Two sides of my same coin.
Toxic positivity isn't talked about more when it comes to media criticism, I feel. Exactly. And it would be different if all of these guys were, like, beating up on some, like, two-view nobody. They're talking shit about Nintendo, one of the biggest corporations in the world. Who gives a shit if they hurt Nintendo's feelings? It doesn't have feelings.
This guy is literally just a thing bad edition. Because, it's like people who hate Japan who are like, I found out about all the terrible things that are in Japan, therefore I am clearly a source to be heard. And it's like, no, you're not. Shut up.
Yeah.
Quality, motive, and slight hypocrisy of his content, I have no issues with Nintendo calling out shitty business practices, and I think he provides valuable insight at times. However, I do think he should try and avoid pigeonholing himself into exclusively producing hate content, even if it's the most lucrative route right now. Because when all is said and done, this route will not only go on to discredit his critique, but it will likely lead to his viewpoints being lumped in alongside his white supremacist contemporaries.
What does that have to do with me? Be like, you'll be lumped in with all these people. Who cares? I don't know these people.
Also, I like how your example of him being discredited is some random ass person on Reddit. Bro, if you get any of your opinions from Reddit, you're retarded. There's no saving you. This is the same website that literally just last week harassed a dude for issuing a challenge to the Helldiver moderators, to the point they were calling the horse rescue he volunteers at to get him removed. Reddit is everything people say about Kiwi Farms and they say about 4chan, that's Reddit. Like
If
4chan,
anything, Reddit
4chan and
Reddit's
Kiwi
no-
Farms will call you a slur, and they'll say some like really racist shit. They're not gonna fucking call your horse rescue to get you removed. That's a Reddit thing. And Reddit will do it over less stuff.
Oh, Reddit is so funny because they think they're so smart, and they're just like, what is it? Reddit is basically just the new Tumblr. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
It's just the new Tumblr.
Literally, Hitler hates Nintendo. Are you sure you want to keep hating on Nintendo?
Literally, it's like those people who do the whole like toxic positivity in VTubing. It's like, don't you have something positive to talk about? I wish the space was more positive. Will literally harass someone because something you were a terrible friend to somebody at some point. And it's like, oh my god,
You have a lolly model.
You're an Oh my god.
Nintendine has already adopted thumbnails that use expressions like cope and seethe, a phrase which has origins from incel message boards and is
This guy is an absolute incel for even bringing that up. I'm so sorry. This guy is an incel.
I warned you that this was gonna come back, that he was gonna cope and seethe about cope and seethe.
Again, every single time these people criticize cope and seethe, they embody cope and seethe. They're the incels. What is it? Male feminists are like the new modern age incels, and like there's actual out there, and they don't realize they're incels themselves, but they like to they're like, well, this person has the hallmarks of an actual incel, so let's make fun of them, not realizing they're the new age incel. You are this incel. Like, no one cares or likes you except for the people in your life, but outside of that, no one cares for your opinion. You could delete your channel and nobody would notice.
Bro became bisexual just so he could get turned down by twice as many people. That was mean, but I had to say it.
We're gonna get canceled for this in 5 years. The high five for the future us.
This is gonna come up during my political campaign.
They made fun of this bisexual man, even though we're not gonna really like name him because that makes us look bad. But they make fun of this bisexual man and something closeted gay person being just because they're gay doesn't mean they can't also be like offensive or whatever. I don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Monkey, for 10. 4chan, you're an NWA, but at least you don't waste the air you breathe by doing X. Reddit, you're not good enough of a person to be doing X. Thank you for the raid, Roy.
Hi, Ryan.
often used as a dog whistle for red-pilled gamers online. Plus, Nintendine has already gone out of his way to shout out the likes of Lord Frogmire and Fratanga in his own content.
And he actually has some very well thought out, researched content in regards to the Palworld lawsuit. He's growing at a pretty quick rate, and I actually do think it's because of the quality of his videos. He's not just slapping things together and talking in the background.
This is likely just because both of these creators share Nintendine's approach to making hate content surrounding Nintendo, and not because Nintendine is secretly like a chud or whatever, but still, I do think he should be a little bit more careful about who he associates with. Look.
Who do you think you are? This is the teachers that you beat up. This is the teachers that you beat up at the end of class. This is the guy you shove into a locker.
100%.
At the end of the
you
day,
you should be careful who you associate with.
Fucking Randall. He's literally just Randall from Recess.
Oh my god.
Miss Finster, Miss Finster. The Chuds are making anti-Nintendo videos again.
He's specifically Randall from Monsters Inc.
Randall from Monsters Inc. is kind of cool. No, he's gotta be Randall from Recess.
No, No, it's got to be Randall from Monsters Inc. because he's like, I'm gonna get my revenge on you, and it's like, I thought we were like really cool, dude.
Expressing hate towards Nintendo and expressing hate towards minority groups should be mutually exclusive sentiments. You
Shut up.
Oh my god.
Should be able to criticize Nintendo's anti-consumer practices without also criticizing the people who play Nintendo games.
At no point in this video have you shown anybody criticizing Nintendo fans. At no point. Which there are times they do it, because you do have to talk about the people that mindlessly give Nintendo money. But at no point have you ever talked about, like, them hating on Nintendo fans.
You're not supposed to criticize the people, those people either.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to criticize the ones that look like neckbeards.
Chat says there's enough hate in my heart for both.
And guess what? There are plenty of creators who do just
bring
that.
Arlo into this.
And those creators have played a big role in elevating the conversation beyond just Nintendo can do no wrong or Nintendo is evil and you're autistic.
Actually, they haven't. I would argue all of those people that give quote-unquote reasoned criticism of Nintendo spend so much time making excuses for Nintendo that the videos end up coming off more like, this is a little mistake Nintendo made, but otherwise they're a perfect company that does no wrong.
My thing with Arlo is the fact that, like, he's not a bad, like, Nintendo YouTuber. Again, he actually has, and the only reason why he has made this is because most of his audience are children, because that's when I used to watch him the most.
I mean, yeah, he's a puppet.
Yeah. Like, the thing, again, this thing with, like, there are people who give reasonable criticism. It's like, okay, it doesn't, just because they give reasonable criticism to Nintendo doesn't mean they give reasonable criticism to, like, other things. Are you gonna dump them when you find out their other opinions on, like, what, politics or something?
Yeah.
But because they talk good about Nintendo and because they cultivated a place of toxic positivity, you're like, I can watch you without a guilty conscience. And it's like, brother, shut up.
But the Nintendo hate YouTuber trend is notably on the rise, and although they might pitch themselves as arbiters of justice valiantly speaking out against greed and forced diversity in the video game industry, the uncomfortable truth is that, just like the influencers they so often criticize, these Nintendo hate YouTubers rely on Nintendo's relevance to maintain their own. So maybe don't bite the hand that feeds you quite so hard.
Shut the fuck up.
But this is about Mario. If you really boil this down, this is about the funny Italian Yahoo man.
This guy is a perfect example of why I hate people that try and pretend they're like this neutral Nintendo criticism space, right? Because the ultimate message of his video is, don't criticize Nintendo too hard because we wouldn't want Nintendo to go anywhere. You know, we need Nintendo. Nintendo is a universal constant. It must remain at all times. It's like, I thought you were a big Nintendo critic. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm a Nintendo critic, but not those Nintendo critics.
And also, he talks about, like, oh, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Nintendo might go away. My brother in Christ, a couple of, like, the entirety of Western YouTubers could make videos shitting on Nintendo, their bottom line would not fucking move.
Yep.
You wouldn't even see you might even see their line go up. Like, goddamn, dude. You have no idea what you're talking about.
If Nintendo couldn't die because of, like, what is it? If Nintendo couldn't die because of the video game crash, and Nintendo couldn't die because of the literal Pokemon satanic panic, what is a couple of YouTubers gonna do?
Hell, they just go back to making pachinko machines and love hotels.
They're already moving into furniture. That's literally what they said. Oh, hi, Akko. But they literally said they were gonna, like, wanted to expand Nintendo into, like, a brand that you can have in your home. That's literally what they're doing right now. They're doing another shift in their, like, their, like, brand. to like be more than just a video game people. They even like going back to some of their toy making, like they do not care because they are a business first. People just don't understand. They're like, Nintendo's not a person, they're a corporation and they're gonna do corporation things.
Also, hot welcome Raiders. Thank you. We're at the end of the video now, but I'm gonna keep going for a little bit after this.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this is horrendously cringe on every level.
I told you this is just Nintendo. This is literally just Nintendo bad. This is just Nintendo. Be like Nintendo bad. It's just so crazy. Oh my god.
Hope the raid finally came through on Twitch. And keep in mind, chat, this is the guy say like you shouldn't criticize Nintendo too much. Nintendo discourse sucks. Metroid 4 Prime is miserable. Nintendo in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
What?
Donkey Kong Bonanza is a butchered masterpiece.
Uh-huh.
Nintendo fans versus the average consumer. Is Nintendo losing their identity? Your first, like, 2 videos are like Nintendo, and one of them is explicitly anti-Nintendo.
Oh my god, I'm a Dojin character now.
Thank you for the Dojin character.
This guy's... You know what? It's always these channels, you know what?
It's just, to me.
This is the type of video I would have avoided as a kid because his profile picture looked like a bot.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. His description is morally righteous YouTuber seeking sports betting sponsors. He says that as a joke, but his actual trends were all sports.
I think this guy's a lost cause.
Oh my god, his tweets gets as many views as the Herman guy.
This has all the energy of that one guy who's like, we need Hollywood to go back to its roots. We need Hollywood to go back to its roots and is like, we need to bring Christianity into movies. And it was like the most like thinly veiled racist video I've ever seen.
This guy has made like 5 tweets since October of last year.
Well, clearly he doesn't spend all his time on Twitter.
Apparently.
Reddit, however.
Oh, so Kendra.
Yeah.
I made a tweet today, and you might have seen it, but the SAO people are still mad at me.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw they were making another SAO anime, and I'm like, SAO's getting anime?
Yeah. And people are still mad at me. And I said, people are still calling me a tourist for being objectively correct about SAO. Go watch Log Horizon or Dot Hack, you poser.
I still need to watch Dot Hack.
It's pretty good. It's got a game on Steam.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
I know it like had a cult following because I remember when people were like talking about that in Lane before Lane actually got unfortunately popular.
It's a Dot Hack Blast Recode. It is currently $9. I actually, chat, you should go get it right now. Because normally they've never lowered the price. It's normally $50. It's $9 right now. So. And it's basically all of the Dot Hack games in one. It's like a collection type thing.
Okay. I'm not someone who goes after games often because I still gotta finish all the ones I got. But a deal is a deal.
Here, chat, I'll also put it in chat for anybody that wants to go look at it. Because it is $9 right now. It is 80% off. It's a collection of the second series of Dot Hack games. I didn't know there was a first series. Also, the most recommended game for me right now on Steam is Femboy Foodamania.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Also $9. I'm not seeing many femboys in this. I am seeing a lot of fooders, though.
Well, the food is for you.
I'm not sure they know what femboy means. I'm not seeing one anywhere.
I'm guessing they're big buff men.
No, there's a big buff man, and then there's a bunch of fooders. And he is the top. So I'm not sure how well this one will go over with the target audience. My understanding of Fuda is they want to be the bottom, typically. There's also a lot of just regular women in here. Although there is one character that looks like it might be a femboy. Possibly. I still want to see IMOQ get remasters. What's up with Fuda lovers? I mean, everybody has their own thing. Yeah. We don't yuck somebody's yum. Unless it's NTR, then fuck you.
I gotta make fun of you if you like NTR.
We missed talking about this the other day, chat, on what do you call it? Under the T. But I wanted to bring it up, so I'll bring it up now, I guess. For those of you who haven't seen, Marathon fell off hard. Like,
oh yeah, I've been seeing that. What was Marathon? I just kind of saw it in the background.
it's just a shitty extraction shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So granted, chat, and I can show it here, I suppose. This is about where Marathon is now. Like their all-time peak is 88,000. They dropped down to 75, and they're kind of up and down still. Went back up for the weekend a little bit. But this is probably about where Marathon's gonna stay. And people are like, oh, Marathon's the top-selling game right now. The reality is it isn't. They said that the first hour it released. The second hour it released, Slay the Spire 2 came out. This is what Slay the Spire 2 looks like right now.
I'm guessing it was better and people start moving over there.
You should still be able to see it on Discord.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's not just a little bit beating it. It, like, absolutely dominated the shit out of it. And it's still going up, by the way. Because, like, it says 24-hour peak. The 24-hour peak is the all-time peak right now. The first day it released, it was only about 200,000. Its weekend numbers doubled. Marathon's weekend numbers went up about, I think, like 20,000. And I said on Twitter, well, that's a respectable number. I forgot how much money Bungie allegedly put into it. It's not a good number for how much money Bungie allegedly put into it. In fact, there is a high chance they are currently still in the negatives. There's a non-zero chance they're still in the negatives. So, good luck with that, I guess. Slay the Spire is probably going to continue killing it. Obviously, right now, Counter-Strike is remaining where it will always be, and so is Dota. However, for the first time in a long time, something has come close to dethroning Dota. It did dethrone PUBG, by the way. Which, for those of you who didn't know that PUBG was still a thing, yeah, PUBG is regularly in, like, the top 5 on Steam every fucking day. And now, everybody's favorite Marathon is down here at number 20.
Nice.
It is just barely beating Terraria. And War Thunder. It's really close to both of them. Not anywhere close to VR chat, though. It's the whole, like, 8,000 off. It's also, I have to say it, because a lot of people, I guess, didn't really notice this. my read on Marathon is it's basically somebody saw Apex Legends and said, you know what'd be more fun if you didn't get like any loot the entire time you played, and when you died you lost everything and had to start over. It literally is just like Apex Legends, in my opinion. Which Apex Legends is still sitting up here comfortably in the top 5. Even Deadlock beat Marathon. Yeah. Deadlock's technically... Steam just needs to release Deadlock into early access at this point, because they have given out so many keys to people, it is regularly in the top 20 most played games. That is how many keys they have given to this closed beta. At this point, just release it, dude. Even I think I still have keys left. Also, I like to make fun of it. Still losing to Stardew Valley, by the way. Marvel Rivals, VR Chat, and Marathon are losing to Stardew Valley.
No, that's not surprising. I'm kind of still shocked that, I'm still kind of shocked Stardew Valley's even going on to this day.
Oh yeah. Stardew Valley never ends. I am somebody that actually really enjoys like the Stardew Valley farming stuff. And you can, chat can look through my Steam page. I have tons of what I would call Stardew Valley likes. For some reason, none of them can scratch the same itch that Stardew Valley does. They all just do it worse.
It's because most of these games are, because I've always had this like critique. My issue is you got so many, like, it's like the whole critique of like, we need more female developers in gaming. It's like, I don't mind there being more female developers in gaming, but most of them don't have anything interesting to make. It's all the same game. You got like all these male indie developers, you got like Undertale, you got Cave Story, you got freaking all these shooters, all these platformers, all these like different types of games, and then all the female developers, not all of them, but like most, like 99% of them are like Animal Crossing clone number 58, and it's like, if I wanted to play Animal Crossing, I'd just go play Animal Crossing. It really amped up during COVID. I really kind of hate it.
A lot of them suck. They do. I don't know why.
It's because they want to be... Let's be real here. They don't understand, but a reason why a lot of these games succeed is because they take risks, and they only put in stuff that they like and or is acceptable. Because even though Animal Crossing still does something similar, it takes risks by having characters that like, what is it? A good example is like Gracie the giraffe. Like Gracie's a flamboyant guy. They're not gonna put a flamboyant character in their game. They're not gonna put some like old guy in their game. They're just gonna do. It's only gonna be the cute. What is it? It's like the cute core people. They're gonna buy the thing, but they don't want to support the offensive stuff.
Yeah.
So they still want to profit off of it, or they still want to get clout off of it and stuff like that.
I will say
on the side of history or some crap.
I will say, if you're like me and you like Stardew Valley, the only 2 games I can even remotely recommend is one called Coral Island, which I actually really enjoyed Coral Island. It doesn't have as much customization as Stardew Valley, but I still had a lot of fun with it. And the other one is, where is it in my list? Called Sunhaven. Sunhaven comes with a caveat, though. Because they are way more interested in releasing cosmetic DLC than they are expanding on the game. And a lot of the cosmetic DLC kind of fucking sucks. The base game is actually really fun, but other than that, it's terrible. All the DLC is terrible. Mizu, tell Dear Girl to play Azure Dreams on PS1. I've never heard of it. Is it any good? I mean, you're recommending it. I guess it's good. What is this? Is this a JRPG? By Konami.
Gosh.
Legends of Legaia will rock your world too.
That actually looks really nice.
On Steam, there's a Legends of Legacy. This actually looks really cute. But it's way too expensive. Coral Island did add mermaid romances? Yes. I actually spend most of my days on Coral Island in the ocean part cleaning it up. I get to live out my mermaid fantasy. Steam hardware switch from TBA to coming soon. Interesting. Ruin Factory, Guardians of something. Look into that. It's a gun game. What are you talking about? All I know about the Ruin Factory one is that apparently you can marry the evil woman. And people are doing a lot of talking about marrying the evil girl in that game. I will put it on my wish list though.
Sorry about that. I had to mute real quick.
Who'd you romance? I didn't romance anyone in Coral Island. There were some people I thought about, but I was focused on cleaning the ocean. You can also make her a mother. I heard about that too.
Wait, make who a mother?
The evil woman in Ruin Factory Guardian game.
Okay.
It's Ruin Factory Guardian of Asma or something. And there's a genuinely evil character in it, and apparently you can marry her and have kids with her. But you have to do like a bunch of evil shit to get it to work.
Dang. That's also another thing. People don't want to take risks. It's like, you want me to romance the evil character who's genuinely evil and isn't like Tumblr level either? Tumblr sexy person level evil? Oh my gosh, these people just don't. These people, I love it. You know what? I love it.
But chat.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna send you off to another VTuber tonight. Unless Kendra, I think you have something you want to say?
No, we're good. Oh yeah, wait. I guess I'm guessing you already talked about the Evangelion thing that happened recently.
Oh, you mean the hypothetical future where they can all be happy and get married?
Oh no, okay. The other thing that happened after that.
I don't know what happened after that.
Okay, so what happened was that Studio Kara, the people who now own Evangelion, they started sending us cease and desist to people who were posting images of the animation, but for some reason, I guess some intern forgot to detach the link, because on YouTube, when they send you a cease and desist, it hides the link. But the problem was that on Twitter, apparently, they send you a link to the video that they are claiming. So now just a bunch of people have the link to the original animation, and then the studio apologized this morning, being like, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna upload it to YouTube, even though we said we wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's too late now. It's out there. They got the Benno's going to make money off of it. So how is their marriage? Is it good?
She rejects their marriage, and she's gonna find her own happiness. Oh yeah, by the way, the footage is like in 4K. Jeez.
But chat, you guys be good. We'll see you tomorrow for anime audits, because this is not taking the place of anime audit.
Yes.
We have to torture you with more like anti-lolicon takes tomorrow.
Oh, hopefully we can do the Addy one tomorrow. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we need to get Lumi on so we can do the Addy video.
Exactly.
But bye, chat. You guys be good. We'll see you later.
Bye.
There's my button. There's my button.